Senator Aisling Dolan, thank you.
Chair. Welcome to the Minister. And in relation to this amendment that has been brought forward...
I'm not impugning John McGahon's handwriting, by the way. So, Senator Dolan. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I suppose just if I might continue, in relation to, I suppose, this amendment and to, I suppose, the submission that we received from the AILG, the Association of Irish Local Government, it's a representative group for councillors, and there are some elements in it that I would be happy, and I think I've already mentioned them to you, Minister. But in relation to Section 183, Section 183 is still there. Section 183 is still there. The Minister has acknowledged that it is only areas for any areas zoned outside of housing, Section 183 is still in place. Section 183 is still in place for any areas that are outside zoned areas of housing. So in other words, councillors still have the right under the county development plan, to outline the areas for housing. And therefore councillors themselves have the right to designate within their areas what areas are for housing and what areas aren't. And this is crucial. This actually means here that the Minister has taken into account the role and the reserve function of councillors in every single municipal district and county council across the country. Now, as someone who was elected, myself, a first-time councillor in May 2019, as a native born and bred in Ballinasloe, I intimately know the importance of zoning in the area. As someone whose family for generations has fought for Ballinasloe, whose father was on that 1999 High Court order, I know it intimately. As someone myself who was on the court order in 2018, I know how important it is to fight to ensure that areas are zoned appropriate for the community and protecting the community where they come from. But this particular legislation is about housing. The fact that we have a lack of housing, the fact that under localauthorityfinances.com, a website run by NUI Galway, Galway County Council only is able to allocate over €80 per capita. We have 200,000 people in the second largest county, geographically speaking, in the country. The national average per capita is €400. Per capita, in every other county in the country, it's €400. Here in Galway, we have €80 per head, 200,000 people. I know as a councillor that was elected, the amount of people that come to me talking to me about housing, the lack of housing, the fact they can't get anything to rent, the fact that I myself that I am somebody who's renting. I can speak here today that this government is fighting for housing, that this government is using every tool in its armoury to ensure that we have housing available for people who need it. And there is no way that we're going to step back. There is no way that we're going to be part of a group that says we're not voting for housing. We're not voting to get housing across the line as soon as possible. In every single way, I will protect the rights of councillors and their rights in terms of reserve function council. This section still protects councillors' rights in that way. I suppose, Minister, I've spoken on this before. I've spoken on this previously. Some of the elements that are in the AILG submission that I suppose I'd like to mention again are ones that I have mentioned before about supports to areas, to councils with urban centres under 10,000. In Galway County, we have over 200,000 people, but our urban centres are like that, Tuam, 8,000, Galway or Ballinasloe, 6,500. What supports are going to be given? What are the housing project teams that you're going to be offering to those local authorities to support them deliver what we want them to do in the next year, in the next 2 years, under this Housing for All strategy? I know as well that we need resources, and the AILG are a fantastic representative body, Minister, and you may also speak to us and enlighten us what engagement you've had with them as well to date. I just want to thank you for the contribution here, and just to say that we will be speaking probably again on zoning in different areas, but the County Development Plan, the deadline for Galway County Council is the 30th of July. I would like to ask everyone that has any interest in Ballinasloe area, around the zoning in Ballinasloe area, or in any other area of East Galway or County Galway, has until the 30th of July to make a submission. Thank you very much.
Thank you indeed, Senator Dolan.